Hey you guys, welcome back to another Lonely Souls episode. My name is Erica, and today's episode is coming from me watching some YouTube videos from Gary Vaynerchuck. If you have no idea who this amazing human being is, he speaks a lot of truth related to self-awareness, happiness. He has a lot related to business and social media, but he gives all of his content away for free, which is really beneficial for people who are just trying to better their lives. He inspires people to also do that for themselves. So I tend to watch a lot of his YouTube videos, and I also listen to his podcast. So if you're on the go and it's something you're looking for, it's just absolutely amazing. Would totally recommend it. So anyways, I'm sitting here listening to this episode where he's with another guy named Jay Cardiello, and he is just talking back and forth about how to really be your best self, how to always set yourself up for success, even if you have no idea how to get yourself there. It just really made me think about one specific thing that then trickled into their conversation. So this is just kind of like a piggyback episode. The biggest takeaway that I found is that we truly do all have the time in our day to allocate what it is that we need to succeed. We all need to sleep. That is a requirement. As being a human, living being, we need sleep. However much sleep you might need might vary from somebody else. Some people really work well on 6. Some people really need the full 10. Here are some of the topics that they were talking about. They were saying a lot of things like we all really truly do have the time within our day. There's been a lot of discussion through his community, but also from what I see a lot of people that sacrificing sleep in order to get the things done that you need for work, get the things done that you need for family, and even to, go on a new venture of your life, whatever it might be, sacrificing sleep is something that a lot of people tend to do. And on the occasional sacrificing sleep, like things do happen in life, but I also believe that there are days when you really need to recover. And just because you're a 6-hour sleeper doesn't mean on, this day you need to sleep so much longer. You always have to do what's best for your body because your body is all that you've got. And if you lose it, you have no opportunity of being here anyway. So small little things like sleep, which really aren't small because it's a third of your life that you're doing it, really give back to yourself in that way. They were also talking about something else that I really, truly need to get better on. And I think that me doing an episode where I can be reflective for myself and also kind of provide you my thought process of how I'm going to instill this for me. These two guys were talking about how the preparation for your day truly matters. Every single morning, whenever you wake up, what is it that your routine allows for you within that time frame that you set to win? Now, when I was a teacher, I would seriously wake up at 4:45 every single morning, Monday through Friday. And I would work out for 45 minutes. I would shower, make breakfast, make lunch, let the dogs out, grab my coffee, leave, drive 40 minutes to work, and get to my classroom by 6:45, 7 o'clock. And within that time frame, I didn't get one single moment to just connect with myself because when I was in the gym, I was listening to music that could pump me up and wake me up. When I'm in the shower, I'm thinking about all the things that I need to remember to do. When I'm letting the dogs out, I'm making sure, okay, I really need to get to this time because I need to get into my classroom and sharpen the pencils and get all the kids' name tags on and all of this stuff. Like my mind was going a million miles a minute. And then when I was in the car on my way to school, I would be listening to really inspiring, motivational, seriously, YouTube videos on my drive to just kind of get me in the mindset of my day. And that's kind of how all of this started of like, dude, I'm really not that happy with my life. I need to realize that the morning is so valuable. And that was almost 5 years ago. And I'm a very huge morning person, but in all honesty, I have not set a consistent morning routine for myself. My day-to-day life is pretty consistent in terms of where I'm located, so I wouldn't really need to change anything like, well, I have access to working out, well, I have access to meditating, well, I have access to, having coffee and checking in with myself and reading, and those are things that matter in my morning. Spending time with the pups, like that is my morning, and then I'm hustling all the time after that, but I cannot put my best self into anything unless I know that I've given. And there are times where I additionally have mini breaks throughout the day, which is necessary for you to be your best self, at least for me. That morning routine was pretty consistent. So I think within that morning routine, I'm going to try to Make sure that some sort of exercise, physical movement is in there, because I'm sleeping and your muscles tense up in the morning. If you can get your blood flowing, it gives you an opportunity to really feel fresh and awake and good oxygen coming into your blood cells. So I'm going to really work on my morning routine a lot, and I'll get back to you on this. A few things that they were talking about besides the morning routine was that, how do you view accountability within yourself? Do you hold yourself accountable for all the things that go right and all the things that go wrong? And sometimes things are out of your control and they do happen. But if you're closely paying attention to the course of your life, you can see that there are a lot of pieces that start to look similar after each other, and you have the opportunity to catch yourself and reverse it. Here's what I mean. There have been times, especially within the past 2 weeks, where I've had extreme outbursts at Jared for no reason. And I think part of that is because I'm working through how to handle my emotions properly. I've talked with him about this. I've told him, and he's been so incredibly supportive through all of it. But there's some emotional imbalances within my family. And over the past year of me creating a little bit of distance to help support my personal growth, I have caught myself having extreme emotional outbursts, yelling at the people that I care the most about. And right now, that person is Jared. And I've caught myself. And I'm in the middle of catching myself on a lot of things that I know I can improve on. It's not things that I beat myself up on and think, oh my God, I'm so pissed at myself. I shouldn't have done this. It's really rude. And I know I shouldn't have done it. But the fact that I caught myself doing it, communicating with him, and apologizing with him has given me a realization that the next time something just happens, catch yourself in the emotion, because your emotions are in your gut, your thoughts are in your brain. So separate the two and realize that your emotion's not going to take over. It's just going to sit there, and you're going to process it, and you're going to let it pass. So being aware of how you feel in every single moment really does matter. And I'm working on that. I'm getting better. And they're for stupid little things. So if you're a wife out there, or a girlfriend, or even a boyfriend or a husband, or you've experienced this, it's often that a loved one can have a freak out over something so small that really doesn't matter. The grand scheme of life is appreciate every single moment as best you possibly can with the people that you really love, because they make those moments so full. But yeah, being back to self-aware, there are a lot of things I didn't know about myself. I really thought certain things. It's funny. I thought things, but my gut pulled me in a different direction, and I ignored my gut feeling. I suppressed it. All the things I really liked as a kid, I suppressed a lot of it. And as an adult, I'm kind of flipping it. I'm shutting my thoughts out of what I believe I should be doing, what I believe I should be good at, what I should believe I should be making financially. All of these things I've limited, put them aside, and really just trusted that there's a greater purpose of supporting people who really need genuine connection. There's a bigger purpose. And when I went to the art museum, which, by the way, I had my meetup the other night, it was really awesome. The art museum in Cleveland is really beautiful. The ceilings are so high. You feel so small in there, and it puts life into perspective. I really, really like that. But besides the beautiful architecture, there were some really cool things. We were in the Renaissance area. I saw some beautiful naked lady paintings. That's what I always call them. They make me feel very inspired and powerful and strong. So it was just a great night. Really cool people. There were about 25 people that came, which was so amazing. The group events are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I know that the group size is getting bigger and bigger, but the events are getting bigger and bigger, and people are coming back, which means that they want to hang out, not just with me, but they're finding some sort of connection with the group in itself, and they feel that they can trust that connection. And I feel so incredibly loved to have been able to bring that in to my life. I've never been able to give myself a gift that big of seeing other people feeling good about themselves in your environment. Besides, me teaching, but this is for adults. Adults are different than children. Children don't really know a lot of the things that they go through. It's harder for them to comprehend. But adults have the opportunity to truly comprehend and adjust the course of their life. And I think that it's really, really empowering to have people come together who are like, yo, I've had some shit happen in my life. I'm coping with it. I'm dealing with it. And I'm really, really glad that, I found this. So it's just been really fabulous. I've made so many cool connections. There are 4 meetups planned for December. So if you're in Cleveland, planning on being in Cleveland, Akron area, there are going to be some really awesome get-togethers. Stay tuned for the details, or you can always check up our meetup page at meetup.com/forallthelonelysouls. But yeah, that group is it's become the highlight of my life. So here's to reiterate this course of my life, because this is now episode 11. So I'm going all in on this concept of for all the lonely souls. I know what it feels like to feel alone. I know what it feels like to not know the direction or any advice or anything. I know what it feels to just be lost, essentially. And a lot of people do. And sometimes people are lost and they're trapped. And sometimes they're trapped and they don't even realize they're trapped, or that there's even an option to think otherwise to get them out of their entrapment that they put on themselves. We are creating our own prisons within ourselves because we are extremely hard on ourselves. We feel like the worst was meant to be, we deserved it, it should have happened anyways. Or we might hold a lot of anger at other people, putting all of our blame on them because they did this to us, because they made that choice and it scarred you forever, because they weren't a good enough person in your life and they really burned you. But I also believe that everything that you have in your life, everything that you do in your life, everything you believe in your life, everything that you aspire to have is 100% on you. You make every choice in your life. You make the choice to listen to certain people. You make the choice to watch certain things. You make the choice to read specific books. You make the choice to turn on the television or to watch a documentary or to try to look at different viewing streams so that you can benefit from other content. I hear so many people tell me all the stuff they're watching on TV. There's so much garbage on TV. So much garbage. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm really not sorry. There's a lot of garbage on TV. It is very closed-minded. There are people on the other end that want you to believe certain things and think certain things, so they give you an extremely small lens of a perspective, and that is what you've been told. And as the internet has become bigger and everyone has made it accessible, we now have the opportunity at our fingertips to discover the content that we feel we best align with, read as much of it as we can, watch as much of it as we can, listen to it as much as we can, and then turn that into something that connects with us, or say, hey, that doesn't vibe with me, next. You write the story of your life, but you can't do that unless you know what you like and what you don't like. And sometimes you weren't ever given a choice. You were just told things and you don't know how to choose. So you're like, anything is fine. You deserve to have a choice. You deserve to decide what kind of morning routine works best for you, or evening routine, because your morning just doesn't work. If you need to do it every night before sleep so that you have a peaceful sleep, I get that. You have to do what's good for you. And this also goes back to my I love you alarm at 9:30 a.m. If you missed that, just a huge highlight on this, I set an alarm on my phone for an entire year at 9:30 a.m. It went off, and the message on the alarm said, stop what you're doing, look in the mirror, say I love you to yourself, and 3 amazing qualities that you have. And I had never done that before, but I heard somebody do it once, and it just stuck with me of, okay, I'm going to try that. But I changed it up because they didn't use a mirror that way. But I knew that the mirror would be best for me because I needed to look at myself and see my emotions because I'm an emotional person. I needed to kind of understand, how are people perceiving the way that I'm delivering this? How can I deliver it in a more confident, instilling way so that other people absorb it too? But it's also for me. Everything that's coming out of my mouth, every kind word, is because I need to hear it. But I also am saying it because you deserve to hear it, and you probably need to hear it. So, like those outbursts for Jared, those outbursts were really at me. They weren't really at him. They were at me about something stupid that probably happened that doesn't even matter. But it was an outburst at me, and it came out because it needed to get my attention. It just wants my attention. So now I know, and now I know that when those feelings start to come back, I'm getting better at it. But remember that you truly become what you do every day. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. I'm so incredibly grateful to have an opportunity to just connect with you, share a little bit of my life and the love that I have for myself and for you, whatever you're up to today, wherever you are in the world. It's so chilly here, but the sun is out, the icicles are melting, and we have squirrels in our roof. Story of my life. It's always something with me. It's always something, but that's what makes life fun. We'll figure shit out. Take care, you guys.